many of you think that we should be able to say one nation under God when we say Pledge of Allegiance in a public place? Is anybody against that? Do they think we should take that out? What about displaying the Ten Commandments in public places like courtrooms or judges' chambers, for that matter?
Baptist Church in Chattanooga, and we have just started this, that God is not on America's side. He's not on anybody's side. Israel is the only country that God has a covenant with. And the Jews among that, and what about the disciples? When they went out and started the church, they didn't have anybody in the... What the CIT team wants to do what we're doing is that we are being that mouthpiece for God, and we're equipping the church at Woodland Park to be able to go out into the church there and make a difference so that the churches in and say, hey, what about this?
I think the next thing we want to do is...
We've got to do more. We need to have double this amount of people in this room. Just supporting a candidate is no longer going to cut it for us. We're at the precipice of a major change in this country. And whether you support me, Mr. Stevens, Mr. Tarver, Mr. Dewey, whoever you support, don't just support them and say, I support this person. Go out and help them. Bring other people to their rallies. Get involved. Get your neighbors involved. We're 6 months away from one of the most important elections in our country's history, and it's not even a general election. It's a primary. So please, get behind your candidate, help him or her, get behind this movement, get behind the Catoosa County Republican Party, get behind the Heritage Republicans, get behind somebody and start doing something, but more importantly, bring somebody else with you. Thanks.
I am Steve Tarver, a candidate in the 9th District, and I very much appreciate and agree with Jeremy about the Tea Party and the 9/12 movement. It's great what you're doing, and I want you to go vote for the best candidate in this race next July. You have a clear-cut choice. I want you to check out my life entirely, my business life, my personal life, the people I work with, the people I work for, the people that work for me, and the people I buy from, and the people I sell to. I don't have a voting record. I have a life record. And as I said here, I thought we were very much blessed by God. And I'm going to start going back to my seat because I had 45 seconds.
I think we all agree. I would say that this movement, we need to get some flyers. We need to get some boots on the ground. We need to get out. We need to go door to door, right? If every one of us in here, excluding the candidates, because candidates should not be doing that, but excluding the candidates, if every one of us took 10 flyers from the Tea Party, went out door to door, handed them out, and one person from each one of those people came.
My mother was a 34-year consecutive year Sunday school teacher in Baptist Church, so I did set in back. I'm running for Congress for 2 reasons. I want to take a couple of things from North Georgia that I learned growing up here to Washington because I think that's so needed. The first is common sense, and the second is adult supervision. I learned a little bit about that when I was in Georgia Senate Majority Leader and served in the Georgia State Senate for 8 years.
Now, first of all, is any Democrats in here, please do not take this personal. I'm looking at the candidate period. We've got a guy that's a leader of our nation, no matter what color he is or what religion he is. But we have a problem. A couple things I want to talk about first. But they're making the laws for me and you, the people of this country. And now we're fixing to get a health care, whether you like it or not, pro or con for it, crammed down our throat. Well, if they do this, I think the right solution, if these politicians are making the laws for us, what's good enough for the citizens of this country ought to be good enough for them. It's not. They've got their own health care system. For the H.R. 3200, the way it's written now, and I don't know about the Senate version, if it's still in there, they're exempt from it for 5 years. What's the rush on the health care? It doesn't go into effect until 2014, but everybody's dying, it's emergency, we've got to pass it right away. Why not have them take their time and get it right? We have no retirement If you want retirement, you have Social Security like the rest of the people. Then you come home or go back to work. That's the way the the founding fathers originally designed this, with the hope that the citizen would go there, serve his nation, whatever state or district he's from, then go home. These guys have become career politicians. We've got some up there now. Look at Mr. Byrd, in his 90s. We had Strom Thurmond a few years ago, and I'm down on politicians, I'm sorry. They shuffle him to a podium, and he's making decisions for, like the young lady that got up here and spoke a minute, for younger generation. These guys are bought and paid for with special interests, and they're going to serve those special interests. You don't matter. And it's going to be up to you, like Mr. Tarver said, to take this nation back. I don't care. You need to fire the Democrats, you need to fire the Republicans. Both sides are corrupt. They're corrupt to the bone. Majority of these weasels up there in Congress now have one thing in mind. Now, I've got personal friends in politics too, but that's beside the point. They're there to serve you, the people, from whatever state you're from, not them. So keep that in mind. Anyway, that's some of the things I want to cover. One is Congress, like I said, can purchase their own retirement, just like you and I, if they want to pay in Social Security.